Hey everyone, it's our monthly live stream. So you're here, I'm Deb, and this is Star Walking. We have a couple of things we're going to talk about today, a little bit of Star Wars news and views, and I'm hoping I'm going to be joined by a co-host who should be along shortly. And then after this meetup, what we're going to do is if you're a member and you've paid a membership for Star Walking, you have access, free access, to our online meetup, which is going to have additional content, more conversation. It goes for an hour and it's directly after this. So if you remember, go onto Team app and Stack Team app, and you can actually get the link and join us for the further conversation. But for now, we're going to be talking about all kinds of things Star Wars related right now. When I say we, currently it's me and there's no one watching. So for those of you who are watching later, by all means, please write a comment and let us know that you watched this. Give us a like, or alternatively, tell us that you can't stand it and you want something different and our content sucks. I don't know, whatever works for you. And I believe I'm joined by Troy right now. So let's get him on stage with me and I can say hello. Hey Troy, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
We're live, by the way.
Sorry to be late.
Ha! It's just you and I at the moment. No one else has joined, so I've given a little bit of an intro. And I suppose I haven't seen you for a little while, but not that long actually, because we saw each other about a week ago.
That's right. At
Was it a week ago?
Collecticon.
Yeah.
Yeah, a week ago, Deb. A week ago. And I'll see you in another week's time.
It's been a busy month. You'd think it was May, you know, May being Star Wars month, but no, we've seen quite a bit of each other. We've got meeting today. Some of the guys met up at the brewery on Friday for Halloween for the trivia in Melbourne.
Yep.
And then in Sydney, we had Collecticon last week, and the next week we have actually face-to-face meeting. So it's a bit of a busy couple of weeks.
It is. It definitely is. But
Can't
that's what
complain.
time of the year.
It's a lot of fun. Keeps me busy, keeps me occupied. Love it. We're not joined by anyone yet, still at the moment, but that's okay. You and I can talk a little bit about what I've got on our list of things to do. So let me see if I can pull it up. What we're going to talk about today, though none of this should come as too much of a surprise to you, I hope. Hope my communication skills have improved. So we are going to look at some news and views, and then we're going to look at Halloween costumes, and we're going to play Beat the Audience, which is the game where hopefully one of us guesses more quicker, geez. Uh, that's terrible English.
It's okay. It's
So,
Sunday night. Sunday night. I
and I
understand.
haven't and I haven't had a
Hey,
glass of wine.
look. I, to be honest, I thought we were starting at 7:30, so that's why I was late. I apologize. So,
Hey, you might not be the only one. One person's joined us, so maybe everyone else thinks it's
hey,
7:32. No, the reason for the time change was because if we'd started this at 7:30, then we'd finish at 8, and then the next meeting will go to 9. And I know that other people want to wrap up, they want to get ready for bed.
that's right.
Some people are in bed at that time to go to work in the morning. I'm lazy. I didn't get up early, so I'm not an early bird, so it doesn't bother me. But there are other people who are in bed by 9 o'clock, so it's a bit.
No, that's fair enough.
Yeah, we don't want to eliminate
Yeah,
and miss out on people of being able to have a good chat about Star Wars.
exactly.
So hence the time change. I don't know if it works for everyone. We'll find out shortly. Anyway, things that people need to know. This one I think is important just because we talked about it last week, but it's just the concept that if you go to the John Boyega fan experience, which is happening. Oh, one of them's already happened in Melbourne. So if you are going to be going to the Sydney one, it's on this Wednesday. If you haven't already bought tickets, you get 10% off if you're a Star Walking member. The other thing is that if you have a look at the website, I got sent a link by Peter, who's our deputy director, and Pete seemed to
Yep.
think that you can get free tickets at the moment, but I hadn't quite worked out how to do that. So that's worth looking into if you have the time and you're intending on it, if you would like to go and haven't yet got tickets.
Free. Like,
Yeah, I was very
unfortunately,
interested, but the date doesn't suit me. But
yeah, it never does it for me either, unfortunately. So,
yeah, because I went free, I'm
sorry,
there.
Finn. Sorry, Finn.
Yeah, I know, right? Well, yeah, and because he's known for other things as well. So
Hmm.
let's move on to other news that maybe other people might be more interested in. Which were Andre, one of our members, sent me some updates, and some of those are the Maul Shadow Lord. I'm just going to read what it says because It's not a lot, but so Darth Maul animated series coming out it will come out in April next year, so that's not that far away. Is to feature all of the known crime syndicates going head to head. It will likely follow the same model as Bad Batch, being 3 seasons long with each with 12 episodes. Its first season streaming slot will mean it will be on Disney Plus at the same time that Mando and Grogu movie is enjoying its cinematic run. What are your thoughts?
I'm looking forward to this
Me too.
because in the Clone Wars, we, there was a bit of more with, the syndicates, and that was an enjoyable arc. Hasbro already is releasing a figure of Maul. Unfortunately, it's a re-release in the Star Wars Vintage Collection with Maul on the heading instead of Clone Wars or anything like that.
Ah.
So they're jumping on the ship already with this. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
We I'm not going. I guess it's kind of like a watch this space, but our mascot. So we had our drop bear, we had our lizard. Our mascot for next year might be really relevant. It's already been designed and
Hmm,
ready to be released, and very more related. So watch this space, and you'll find out next year for
definitely.
all members,
Yeah,
we'll be able to get something related to that. Plus, there'll be merchandise for sale that will relate to this particular topic, which I think is very exciting and great timing.
it is a good timing. Yeah,
Although we're
indeed.
probably going to be one of those things, right? That we release our thing and everyone goes, "Oh, you're just jumping on the bandwagon." No, we were there first.
I, could- I, s- I swear, people, Deb did not think of this at all. Like it was a separate idea. So yes, it was just like
Yeah, I actually
it's
can't.
ironic.
It is, and I can't lay claim to it because it was actually created by a few other people quite probably a year ago now, and way before the Maul Shadow Lord series was even introduced. And welcome, David. Thank you for joining us. So back then, and because again, we're not explaining what it is, but it was drafted and drawn up, and it was only in the last few months that I guess how do I explain it? I did a draft image, digital image of it, which then was sent to other people who tidied it up and then decorated it, and it's almost ready to be released. So that's fantastic. So I did get to have play around, and some of the initial concept and design is mine. So I can say that.
Right.
Not the original concept. That's not mine. I didn't come up with the idea, unfortunately. I think it's fantastic. But anyway, watch this space. That was very cryptic and really unfair of us to not tell you exactly what it is. Okay, David, what we were talking about was just to let you know, because you've joined us, and I'll just flip back for 2 seconds. Was we were talking about Maul Shadow Lord and what will our mascot for the year be for Star Walking next year? But now, Ahsoka. So Ahsoka season 2 image. I find this really this interesting, and I don't know if this is an official image or one that was created by a fan, but I was really curious about the background characters on this image with the really scary looking people. But apparently, it's rumored to start in late September, early October. Editing has started, and the story has been significantly being beefed up about complaints being the first season being lackluster. However, in saying that, September, October, are we talking next year? Because it's past that now.
Yeah, I think it must be next year because I think they were just wrapping up or something, if I'm mistaken. So yeah, it'd have to be next year.
Okay. So we'll have Maul in the beginning and then Ahsoka in the end.
And the
Sounds
Mando
good.
and Grogu movies as well. So
Yeah.
yeah,
So it's going to be a
next
big
year's
year
going to be
next
an
year.
interesting year. Yeah,
Yeah. Other news that got flicked to me is Rogue Squadron. So apparently, Rogue Squadron was the image is boring, so it's back to us. Rogue Squadron was coming out as a movie. However, it's not been completely trashed. What? Yeah. Oh, hello, Riley. Welcome. You know, next year they're bringing the movie of Mandalore and Grogu. Yes. So there's going to be a few different things happening. But Rogue Squadron apparently isn't dead as a movie, maybe. But apparently they're going to make it into a series, which makes some sense given that they were successful with Andor. Some things seem
yeah,
to work better as series rather than movies, and movies are costing them a lot of money. at the cinema when it's hit and miss as to whether or not Star Wars fans will actually go.
And you have to think of it with a series, let's say eight episodes, an hour
Mm,
each. That's much longer than a movie. So things don't have to be crammed in
yeah, you can
into
play
a.
around.
You can play around, get to know the characters and all that. So yeah, right, yeah, that'll be interesting as well. Hopefully, they'll do it justice.
So, Riley and David, and whoever else may be watching, are you looking forward to any of these yet? So, we've got Shadow Maul, Shadow Lord. We've got the Ahsoka series 2, Rogue Squadron. Squadron. Apparently, it's Squadron. I don't know what a squadron is. Anyway, and the other piece of news that I have is that the 50, I can't speak, the 50th anniversary of Star Wars, as we know, is going to come out in 2027. It's been 50 years for those of you who feel old, understandable. Uh, and they're going to do a theatrical release that will be remastered and put on IMAX, and it won't have any of the new the you know how they did the
Special
re-release of
edition.
it? Yeah, the special editions. Yeah, it won't be the special edition, it'll be original. So that's
Original. Oh,
yeah. Yeah,
oh,
and
but
so what the
interesting.
person who sent it to me, or actually it was Andre, he said, yeah, so we don't have McClunky, that those kind of things that exist in the special editions, we won't have any of that. It would be the original. So that's fairly exciting.
Yes, and Han did shoot then first.
Yeah, exactly. That kind of stuff. Like we get to
Yeah.
see it as it was when we saw it back in the day, for those of us who've been around a while. And David says, just finished binging Fett, Mando, and Ahsoka series in prep. Ah,
Oh
that's
boy.
smart, actually. Yeah, leading up to the Mandalorian Grogu movie,
Yeah.
doing a bit of. I think I need to do the same. There'll be things in there that I
Same.
will have forgotten. Wow,
Yeah.
good thinking, David. We all should do that. Let's take that advice on board.
Yes. I actually did see something just before this, in regards to the Star Wars movies being released again. So yes, that was also. So I saw some information about that too. So yeah, but I'm not surprised, being the 50th anniversary.
Makes sense.
Makes sense. Yeah, perfect sense.
It does. The question's going to be, though, will it be released in Australia in the same time as America, given 50 years it was released in America in May. However, it was released in Australia, I think was it October? It was later in the year that we got Star Wars. I can't remember what year or what month it was, but other people might know better than I. But I
If,
wonder if we're going to get it at the same time.
to be honest, I was too young when I can remember that. I was not even 1 year old. But not saying anything. But I'd say it'll be the same time, because the world information travels so fast in the world these
Different
days.
now.
It is very different now. You know, so I would put my money on it. It'll be this. It'll be the same time.
Yeah, I think I have to agree with you. If we didn't have the internet and the information highway where everything is instantaneous, it would make sense that we would get it later, because there's nothing we could have done about the fact, and we wouldn't have known that America was having it earlier, because unless we had a friend over there who happened to telephone or send us a letter to tell us, by the way, I saw this really cool movie, it's called Star Wars. Like, like we wouldn't have a clue.
Exactly. Telephone. I'll just put you through.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. World has changed so much. The other thing I had on my list of things to talk about was Visions. Did you get a chance to watch Visions?
I have watched the first 3 episodes.
You're ahead of me.
Okay. Okay. And I'll just say, the first episode, I won't. It is it's a
It's like
continuation
yeah,
of,
it's like a sequel of one of the early ones. Yeah.
yeah, the samurai,
Ronan. Yeah.
the Ronin one. Very nice. Very good.
You enjoyed that?
Yep. I enjoyed that one.
I have watched the first one and I have watched the second one. That's as far as I've gotten. However, the second one, if you liked Return of the Jedi, then you're going to like the second one, in my opinion. there are so many characters and things that you can see that you go, wait, there's that. Oh, hey, did you see them? Hey, what about those? Oh my gosh, look, they included. So it's kind of a little bit of fan service, but I really enjoyed it because I like Return of the Jedi.
Yeah, no, that was a good one as well. So yes, we probably can't talk too much about it, but
No,
yeah,
nope,
I have
that's
to
a
say, yeah, yeah. First three episodes, I've enjoyed each one of them. So I
okay. So
haven't.
no complaints so far.
No, not so far. Not like in previous seasons, they've been good and okay and mediocre. I have to say this one, the first one, is still my top out of three at the moment. But I'm saying that, yeah, I haven't been bored with them or anything. I've been interested in them. So yeah.
That's good.
Hmm.
Okay. Huh. Guys, are you guys watching it?
Hmm.
Have you seen it yet? Has anyone let us know what's happening? The other thing I want actually I want to show you this image because it's kind of funny. Uh, Halloween and costumes. I just really love this just because I know who's underneath those costumes and it's just a very sweet picture, which I'm going to use for Valentine's Day images later next year. Anyway, so two of our Star Walking executive members are in costume in that photo. So there's a Tusken Raider and Boba Fett, and that's Dylan and Tom. What what I wanted to ask people who were chatting along with us, though there's not a lot of people chatting along with us, what I wanted to ask, and so Troy, I'll ask you to start with, costume
Hmm.
wise, do you costume? Do you have a costume? And if you do you have a costume? This question goes to everyone. And if you don't have a costume, if you were going to, what would you choose to do?
Okay, so I have dressed up as Jedi in the past.
Hmm.
The costume my mother made back in the day for my brother. So it's probably to be back with him. So I borrowed that once and dressed up in the Jedi robes.
Okay.
I have been on our friend Andre has been trying to convince me to get into cosplay
Hmm.
and as a Jawa.
Hmm.
Um, most people may or may not. I have dwarfism, so makes sense. But I could do any character I wish. Doesn't matter of height. But I saw a couple of people as Jawas over in Japan, and they were just amazing costumes. I loved it. So yeah, um, no, I will not do an Ewok because not because I don't want to do an Ewok, is because I think it would be just too hot as an Ewok. Too much
That's
fur.
a that's a fair thing. I have to say, I was talking behind your back, and last week, and one of the things we joked about was with R2. So to let people know, when we go to Collecticon, Andre he's one of our team, and he builds props. And one of the things he's built is a almost to scale, or is it to scale, life size R2D2, and he had the dome off the top of it, and we were joking about the fact that he needs to make one which just the body only. And so then you could go as when what's his name was R2D2 with the
Kenny
helmet off.
Baker.
Yeah, when Kenny Baker was walking around without and that's the costume you could wear. And then that's not too hot and easy to wear.
No, that's true. Yeah, I am a bit taller than Kenny Baker and
I know.
R2. So, there'll be a lot of my body outside of
I know.
R2, but it would be cool. It would be cool.
It just
So
would be
that is,
funny
yeah, no, it's but
because it would
like
look
like
ridiculous.
I know we're going off tangent, but guys, when I was in Japan, a lot of
Yep.
people thought it was Peter Dinklage, but one person come up and said, "Are you Kenny Baker?" And I thought to myself, "Oh my gosh!" Like I would have been if Kenny was alive, I would have towered over him in height. And I just turned around and I said, "No, Kenny's dead."
Oh, rough. But
Rough.
you know what? It just goes to show that because I've heard the different people that you've been linked to. Are you this person? And you have no similarities whatsoever to those people, and it just shows how little attention people pay to actual features. Yeah, but anyway, I just found it fascinating.
But,
So we've
but
got a couple of comments.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Back to costumes.
Yeah. So David says I don't costume, but if I did, it would be Balin. So Liz in Balin skull. Is
Well,
that the
Balance
same? Yeah.
goal. Nice.
Yeah, that's a good
Very nice.
costume to do. I I
Yeah.
I think that looks good on a gentleman. Would look good on
Mhm.
me. David said you should do Yoda, or maybe it's me. I should you do Yoda. I'm not sure, one of us, but anyway, what either one of us will look silly as
Either
Yoda.
one. A very tall Yoda.
Welcome, Michael. It's good to see you. Um, yeah. David says hello. My name is Kenny. Beep 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 bop. I have costumes, but I don't often wear them. So I've got an Imperial officer, I've got a bounty hunter, and a Jedi. Because I thought, why stick to one theme? Why not go for, one of each? Anyway, I want to
I've,
be a
I've
Jawa.
seen you. I've seen you in Imperial Officer outfit,
Yep,
and that's a really good outfit. I like that one. Um, I haven't seen you in the Bounty Hunter one.
I have Dengar.
That's right. You told me yes, but I
Yeah,
haven't seen you in. And your third one is sorry. What was it again?
and my other one is a Jedi. I- If you
I've
had a
seen you in
look,
Jedi. That's good too.
so we put a post up, a flashback photo kind of thing. I think it was last Thursday or the one before, and it had the Bauhaus Museum where we joined with the 501st and celebrated Star Wars identities. And if you have a look at it, there's a person as Dengar, and that's me. Anyway, um, Nick says I wore my Captain Rex helmet when I had a group photo with AFL Kangaroos, and they have been winning ever since. Yes, Nick, you told us that's been a while now. Look at you being a lucky charm. That's fantastic. What I was gonna say, what was I gonna oh, Jawas. So when I went to Melbourne for Supernova, the Jawas from the Rebel Legion in Melbourne are pretty much a lot of fun. So Kelly leads that team and they are hilarious. Walking around together in packs and pretending to steal things is, to me, just I want to do that 'cause it just looked like so much fun to be just silly
Oh, yeah,
and anonymous. It was fantastic.
definitely,
Michael
definitely.
Yeah, Michael says he'd be an X-wing pilot or a Mandalorian. Oh yeah.
Yep.
Well,
Mandalorian's very popular. Very, very popular. I'd have to
so
say.
this is true. This is the way. Michael really likes the Stoker. I'm surprised you're not going to dress up as the Stoker, Michael. Sorry, I'm just giggling to myself picturing Michael dressed as the Stoker. Do it, do it, do it. Turn up to the meeting. Next weekend, next Sunday, we have Skyforce in New South Wales, so in Ingleburn and at the RSL, and you should come as a soaker. Do it. Or at least get the head tails. Wear those at least, the Togruta tails. Nick says, Deb should write a book about her Star Wars life. It would be so boring. This is as exciting as it gets. Hey guys, we wanted to play before we head off because we've only got a couple of minutes left. We and normally we would do one at a time, but I think we might see if you guys can guess. We were looking at costumes and we chose our top 5 Star Wars female humanesque costumes. So let's see whether or not you guys can guess, write as many answers as you like as quickly as you can because we've only got a little bit of time left, and see if you can guess what ones Troy and I picked as our favorite. Meanwhile, I'll get Troy to start naming off some. He's going to be a lot quicker than me, and I'll do the same because we're going to be a lot quicker than you guys because you got to type, whereas we can just say them out loud. Michael says
Okay.
I'm the wrong gender and too old. Michael, you're never too old to do anything, and gender has nothing to do with it, but I totally understand where you're coming from.
You don't have to dress up. We're just saying female, female costume. right?
No. Mike was saying for Ahsoka for the meeting. He said he's not gonna.
Oh, I
He's not
see.
gonna do that. I was just teasing. Okay,
Hey,
guys.
we're Star Wars fans, we're never too old for Star Wars, no matter what.
Exactly. The Sanctuary Boss. So David started with some guesses. Is that included on your list? I know it's on my list. I'll tell you when one of mine comes up, and we'll slowly start guessing as well. Troy, is Slave Leia or Princess Leia on your list?
Maybe.
Well, you can't just yes or no. There's no maybe.
Yes, yes, it is. Any
Nailed
sane
it.
guy, any sane guy would have a slave leader on their list.
Got him first. Okay, I got one right. Can you guys get any right? What do you think Troy and I for let me pull up the thing so you can actually remember what we're talking about. And this actually helps because it's got an image of a bunch of females if you can't think of one. So, top 5 female humanesque costumes according to Troy and Deb. What do you guys think they are? Michael says he's also too fat. Nah, that doesn't work. You can wear any costume. It doesn't matter what size you are.
Hey, I could be Chewbacca if I wanted to be.
Exactly. Very short one, but you can be one.
That's
That was a
right.
bit rude.
How
Just the way
rude.
it is.
How rude.
Just the way it is. And I would be, yeah, I mean, I can play a male if I really wanted to. And I do because I play Dengar, which is,
Deb,
he's a
can I have
big,
a guess off one of yours?
yeah, go for it.
Ginoso.
No. Go again. Guess again.
Um, Mon Mothma.
Yeah. She's on there. All right. I'm going to guess Ray.
No.
Okay. I'm out. Oh, everyone's messaging me because they're waiting for the next meeting to start. So we have
Okay.
to wrap up so we can get going to start the next session. Thank you everyone for joining. Really appreciate you being here. It was these seem to go really quick now that we do them in half an hour. That goes way too fast. But people like yourselves, David, Michael, I don't know who else is chatting with us at the moment, but if you guys are members of Star Walking, so if you have a look at the team app and if you find that you can't get through, send us a message and I will see if I can link you in. You have access to our second meeting, which will start shortly. Oh, Michael, correct. Sabine's on my list. Well done. She's definitely on my list. Is she on your list?
No, she wasn't, surprisingly. No.
Oh, she's on mine because I just like her artistic flair. I'll just let you all know before we run away. Troy, what were yours?
Slave leader, Mon Mothma, Ula, Hanukkah
Oh,
sisters, and Zam Wessel.
I reckon I would have guessed all those. Oh my gosh, maybe not Zam. Mine were Mon Mothma, Sabine, Padme, Satine, and Deidre Miro.
Oh, very good. Yes.
I like Deidre because of how precise and pristine her costumes are, which is interesting because that's not me. And the rest because of the creativity and how beautiful they are. But there you go. All right, guys, peace out. May the force be
See
with
you
you.
guys. See you next time.
If you're coming to the next session, we'll see you then. Otherwise, we'll see you next month or at one of our face-to-face meetings. Don't forget New South Wales in 1 week's time. Bye now.
Bye.